Ever find yourself completely stuck on a problem only to have the, like, embarrassingly simple solution pop into your head later?
Oh, definitely. Happens all the time.
Yeah, well, you might have been dealing with something called functional fixedness. It's this mental block that stops us seeing a tool or an object for anything other than its main job.
That's right.
So today we're doing a deep dive into this. We're going to look at what it is, see some classic examples, figure out how it's different from just being generally inflexible,
Hmm.
and crucially, how understanding it can maybe help us all be a bit more creative. We'll cover the definitions, strategies, creativity links, and, why it actually matters day to day.
Sounds good. And fundamentally, functional fixedness is this cognitive bias where our idea of an object gets locked onto its most common function.
Okay.
So we just overlook other ways it could be useful, even if one of those ways is staring us right in the face as a solution.
Right, like Dunker's famous candle problem. Can you walk us through that one? You've got a candle, matches, a box of tacks.
Yeah, the challenge is simple. Attach the candle to a wall so wax doesn't drip on the floor, using only those items.
What's the catch? Why is it hard?
The catch is how we see that box of tacks. Almost everyone initially sees it only as a container for the tacks.
Ah,
It doesn't immediately click that the box itself could be, empty, tacked to the wall, and used as a little shelf for the candle.
so that fixed idea box equals container. That's the functional fixedness.
Precisely. And it's fascinating. Some studies found if you just present the items with the tacks outside the box, or even just label it box and tacks, people solve it much faster.
Wow, so the framing really matters.
Hugely.
So this isn't the same as just being generally rigid or like stubborn in your thinking?
No, not quite. General cognitive rigidity is broader, sort of an overall inflexibility.
Huh,
Functional fixedness is really specific to the function of objects.
gotcha.
You could be really open to new political ideas, say, but still only see a screwdriver as something for screws, nothing else.
And I guess our own experience makes this worse, right? We use a hammer for nails thousands of times.
Exactly. It becomes automatic. Those neural pathways are just so well established, it takes real mental effort to step off them and consider, well, what else could this hammer do?
Okay, so that's the million-dollar question. How do we step off that path? How do we break free and see, I don't know, a coffee mug as something other than a coffee holder?
Well, one really useful technique is conscious decomposition.
Decomposition,
Yeah,
yeah.
you mentally break the object down. Instead of coffee mug, think ceramic cylinder, open top, handle, holds liquid, heat resistant. Listing the properties, not just the label.
Okay, focusing on the parts and what they can do.
Right. Another trick is context shifting. Imagine that coffee mug, but you're stranded on a desert island. What could it be now? A digging tool, a signal reflector if it's shiny, a small container for collecting rainwater.
Yeah, okay, I see. Changing the context forces you to rethink its purpose. This feels very, very linked to creativity.
It's totally fundamental. I mean, overcoming functional fixedness is a huge part of creative problem solving. It's how you arrive at novel, unexpected solutions.
Do kids have an edge here? Are they less stuck because they haven't, learned all the rules yet?
There's definitely research suggesting that. Younger children often show less functional fixedness.
Really?
Yeah, possibly because their concepts of what objects are for are still forming. They haven't had years of reinforcement telling them a box is just a container. They're sort of freer, cognitively speaking.
That makes sense. And this isn't just academic, right? This plays out in the real world.
Oh, absolutely. Think about engineering, finding new uses for materials. Or education, getting students to think outside the box, literally sometimes, requires tackling this. Even art often plays with subverting the expected function of everyday objects.
Can you give a quick example of where this might cause a real problem, even a small one?
Sure. Imagine needing to prop open a window slightly, just for some air. You might search everywhere for a proper wedge or doorstop,
Right.
completely overlooking the sturdy book sitting right there on the table, which could do the job perfectly. You're fixed on book is for reading.
Ah, okay. Simple but clear. So, if we want to foster less rigid thinking, say in schools or even in our own lives,
Yeah.
it sounds like encouraging exploration, maybe making it okay to make mistakes or try weird things with objects could help.
Exactly. Creating environments where experimentation is valued, where you're encouraged to tinker and see things in new ways, that definitely helps build cognitive flexibility. Playfulness is key.
Okay, let's wrap this up. So functional fixedness, it's this common mental trap where we only see objects for their usual purpose, and it limits our problem solving.
Yep, that's the core of it.
But we can fight it By consciously breaking objects down into their parts and properties, or by imagining them in totally different situations.
We can unlock new possibilities.
And doing that is a big step towards being more creative thinkers.
It really is. It shows how these uh, seemingly small mental shortcuts can actually prevent innovation if we're not aware of them.
So here's something for you, the listener, to try. Take a look around right now. Pick any common object, a pen, your keys, a shoe, whatever, and just spend 60 seconds brainstorming, say, 3 totally unconventional uses for it.
Good challenge.
See what you come up with. You might just surprise yourself and start loosening that fixedness grip.